How you guys doing today? This is episode number 2, Why You Shouldn't Give Up. I've been asked a lot lately over the last couple weeks why I've been doing what I'm doing with this podcast, with this book. Why I don't just kind of conform to what the social norm is of running out, getting the 9-to-5 job, putting in my hours, putting in my retirement fund, and then basically burning the years until I'm 65, and then hoping that I have enough savings to retire. And so usually my response is because I'm better than that. I feel like far too often people are being told that this is just what you do, and this is how you go about life. You go and you get a job, you get an education, and you just put in time until you can't put in time anymore, until you hit that milestone, that glorious 65, and you retire. So I always follow up with this question of, have you ever given up on an opportunity that you may have started or been working towards, that you eventually just gave up on, either because it was, too hard, or you didn't have enough time, or, you end up getting in your own head and asking yourself all these what ifs, like, what if this happens, or what if I don't get that, that promotion, or what if I don't, finish this book, or this, that getting that record contract, that record deal that I always wanted. And, I have to say that I've had those times before where I'm trying something and I give up, where I have an opportunity in front of me to really make a big impact on my life, or to make this what seems to be a big change, or a big shift in what it is that I'm doing. A specific example of that is a few years ago, I worked for a national electronics store, and I had this opportunity to take this career, if you will, to the next level. This job I was kind of questioning as it is, but I got presented with this opportunity to move to San Diego and work for a higher end branch of this company. And basically what this job entailed would be, I would build these massive home audio systems for people. Usually, our average systems were anywhere from $50,000 to $250,000 that we would be building for these home theater systems or audio systems for these people's home. And I did kind of jump on it at first. I had that initial fire under my butt to kind of take action and start moving. And so I took this job opportunity. I packed up everything, my dogs, all the stuff in my house, and it was within like 2 weeks. I put in my, usually you give 30-day notice at where you're living. I gave them, a whopping 2 weeks notice, and said, too bad, I'm on my way to San Diego. I'm a big shot now. And so, I took this opportunity. I went down there for about 6 months, but about 4 months in, I started getting into my head, like, I'd ask myself constantly, is this what I want to do? Like, what if this doesn't work out? The job itself required a lot of time, a lot of kind of building your customer base. And, I always doubted myself. I see these people, my colleagues, my peers, whatever you want to call them, in this company excelling, but, they had years of experience on me. They've been, building their customer base and having referrals coming in, and what we called our pipeline. People were just being, these coworkers of mine were being constantly fed, new business. They were going out to customers' homes, building these new systems for them. If a customer bought a new home or a rental property, whatever it is, they were out there building new systems for them. And it was, it was kind of discouraging because, of course, I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. I haven't done any of that yet, and I had no patience. So ultimately, what ended up happening is about the last 2 months of me being down there, I made the decision that I'm going to move back home and kind of take the easy way out. I didn't want to face the challenge of making it in San Diego. Not to mention I was running really short on funds because it's very expensive to live there. But all that aside, it was it was kind of a double-edged sword. I'm losing money just from the cost of living down there. But on top of that, I'm not pulling in any money, any income, because I'm too busy asking myself like the what ifs, getting discouraged, whatever, I'm doing. I'm getting in my own head. And so, I ended up missing out on a big opportunity because, this location that I worked was the biggest in the nation for what they did. And these guys, when I originally took the job, there was a ridiculous amount of people moving from all over the country or wanting to move from all over the country to take this opportunity. And I was blessed and fortunate enough to be able to be presented with this opportunity, and I lasted for 6 months and called it quits. And so, even to this day, I always ask myself, what would have happened in my life if I just would have, put my head down, nose to the grindstone, and pushed and fought, and conquered the challenges in front of me. Obviously we'll never know what could have been, but it from time to time I'll think about it. I'm very happy of where I am in my life right now. If I didn't move back from San Diego, I would have never met my wife, who I love so much, and I would have never had my amazing son. So, there's always the silver lining in something. So I think that, even though I had to kind of push this opportunity away from me, it did open the door to other opportunities, and I had to look for or create my own opportunities, whatever you want to say. But I had to kind of make these adjustments and create a new course for myself. And so there's many reasons on why you shouldn't give up, but I think the biggest thing is usually when you're on track to something, when you have something, a really good opportunity in front of you, it's not going to come easy. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to put in long hours, long days. There's going to be times where you don't get a day off or time off or whatever it might be. You're going to have nights where you only sleep for a few hours, or where you feel like you should just quit. And I could tell you that when you do quit, it's it might feel relaxing at first, because now you don't have this pressure, this weight on your shoulders where you constantly, feel like, you're just being brought down. But once you break past that, once you push past that weight on your shoulders, once you get the confidence, the strength to hold that weight up, it'll be an amazing payoff. It'll be so worth it at the end of the day. So, when you have a challenge, when you have an opportunity in front of you that you truly believe in, that you think is going to make a big impact on your life, or that you've always wanted or been fighting for, all I can tell you is that you need to continue to push forward. You need to keep a positive outlook on it. Keep your head down, nose to the grindstone, and make it happen. Always think of the movie The Butterfly Effect. If you didn't take this opportunity, it just ripples out constantly, and imagine all the other opportunities that you miss because of that one that you happen to turn down or give up on. So when you give up on something, who knows what other opportunities are beyond that you're turning down. So, keep that in mind. And when you're moving forward in life, just really, really be grateful for the opportunities you have in front of you, and don't be afraid to take on the challenge. Anything that's worth having in life doesn't come easy. So, I know this was a quick one today, but I wanted to thank you all for tuning in to this episode. I'm going to do everything I can to get the next episode out as soon as possible, but thank you again, and you guys have yourselves a great day, all right?